Well, good Wednesday morning to you. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. All right, folks, it's time to delve back into my experience since I've been back at SRO Logistics. We're several weeks behind. Today, we're going to be looking at my second week back at SRO Logistics. Now, in my first video, I explained what had kind of happened that week. I ended the week at almost $3,600 gross revenue. That's all we're going to talk about in these videos is gross revenue. And I've since mentioned since then, it brought up some questions that ideally I need to make at least $4,000 a week for everything to go down like it should. All in all, though, with all that we went through that week, changing companies and everything, leaving B&Z Logistics and coming back to SRO Logistics, I felt like that was a good week, all things considered. However, now I'm going to show you a video about a terrible week. It's actually the worst week I've had. Here we are in February, and since November, from November to February, this is by far my worst week, and it's to be expected. We'll get into it, but before we do, you guys give this video a thumbs up, share this video on social media, and make sure you're subscribed. After you subscribe, click that bell, select all, so that you receive notifications when future videos come out. All of those things are free to do, and they really help the channel a lot. All right, folks, I'm going to cue up the music, and then I'm going to share the numbers. This is going to be short and sweet. Well, it's going to be short. It ain't that sweet. Here we go.
This is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down. Flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round. For my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do this.
Alrighty, we're back. So let's just jump right into it. I only did one load this week. As you guys know, my weeks run, they start on Monday. That's when they take out all the deductions, and then they go through Sunday. So I only had one load this week. It was on the 25th of November, and it was just a short 132-mile load. I do these sometimes. They're mail loads. I do these sometimes when I'm on home time, just to keep a little revenue churning while I'm at the house. So the previous load was in Plainview. That's about 45 miles of deadhead from Plainview to Lubbock. And then I did Lubbock to Midland. And then I'll show the deadhead on next week's, because that's when I did my next trip. But yeah, so or we can show it here either way. From Lubbock to Midland's about 132 miles. That load paid $675, and that was my revenue for the week, $675. It's a far cry from $4,000, but it was self-inflicted. I didn't want to miss being home for Thanksgiving, and you know, I needed to get some stuff off the truck and things like that, so I took the home time that week. Traditionally, Thanksgiving, really till about February is kind of slow. So, yeah, I could have ran some loads and made some money, but it was more important for me to be home for that home time with family, things like that. So, revenue for the week was $675. I was off whenever I got back on November 25th. From November 5th, and I pulled my next load on December 1st, which we'll talk about on the next video. That'll be in the next week's numbers. So there you have it. I'm sure I'll receive a lot of criticism for this video, but you know, you got to show the good and the bad, and that's what we're doing. I wasn't upset about it. It was to be expected. We're going to see a similar result when we get around Christmas, but it's not near as bad as this. So appreciate y'all watching. Y'all stick with me. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.